Hey, you guys, it's me, Tony, and I'm back with the tea, okay? Recently there was an interview with Monique Samuels on the Angela E show, and I had to share some of the disturbing details that Monique is alleging from her marriage with Chris Samuels. But before I get into the video, guys, y'all already know, please like my video and subscribe to my channel to help it grow and remain in the algorithm. That's how you support. But anywho, let's dive in because I don't want to waste any time. So if you remember on Real Housewives of Potomac, all y'all Real Potomac fans, Monique and Chris were married for a long time, guys. They were a beautiful black couple on the show, very successful, living lavish on Potomac. They were bringing in the wealth. Remember, Monique told Giselle, I have 4 homes, okay? They were doing it. They looked like the perfect couple, beautiful children, keep growing their family. Nothing seemed bad. I mean, Monique lived a nice life on the outside. They had money and, she was able to do her businesses, and he was supportive financially. He would give her the money to invest in her businesses. I did not know that Monique was so miserable in her marriage. Well, she claims that she was just suffering in the marriage, guys. She said it was just so bad. She was just so unhappy, and that's why she needed to do the divorce. And guys, they divorced in 2023, okay? Things are still rough between the two, according to Monique. And if you guys have ever watched Love and Marriage DC, that was a spinoff, or not a spinoff, but a reality show that Carlos King, who was a former producer on Real Housewives of Atlanta, Carlos King had produced a reality show, and he had Monique starring in it with her husband. And shortly after that, fans started realizing or seeing that Monique was very problematic in her marriage. At least that's how it came off on the cameras. I never watched Love and Marriage DC personally because I didn't have access to the network, whatever it was on. But I will say a lot of fans and viewers were claiming that Monique was just really mistreating Chris, and she came off very angry, the same way she came off angry at Candace for no reason her last season of Potomac. Now, I will say Monique has acknowledged that she was wrong for how she treated Candace. However, she is standing firm that her and Chris were having serious issues, and he would treat her differently off camera and appear innocent on camera. Now, like I was saying, these two divorced in 2023. However, we are in 2025 right now, almost 2026, and they still cannot co-parent correctly. And a matter of fact, I have a feeling things are about to heat up even more because Monique just dropped some horrible tea on Chris, and let me share it with you guys right now. So I know you guys have been seeing this photo video of Monique and a boo thing, honey. They're all booed up. He's kissing up on her. She's driving him. He's laid back as if he's the woman and she's the man child. But anywho, you all have been seeing that video, and according to Monique, Chris Samuels is the one who dropped the video to expose her. And the video is not recent because I know what y'all are thinking. Well, who cares? She's allowed to move on and date. That's not a new video, y'all. That video is 2 years old. Remember, or according to actually a little bit over 2 years. But remember, over 2 years ago, Monique was still married to Chris. Now, they were going through it, according to her. I believe it. I think they at the time were saying that they were separated, but they were trying to work on it. Remember, they both publicly had said that. Well, apparently, Monique and this guy in the picture video, that is her former co-host when she had that radio job. And the way they got booed up started with Monique venting to him about her marriage, and then he would give her good advice, according to her. And she said she felt like he was going through something too because he gave her so much good advice. Long story short, according to her, he was going through issues with his wife, and somehow they bonded and things became romantic, okay? While they were still married to their spouses and living in the home with their spouses, both of them. So I don't know if, I mean, that doesn't seem good. And it also is messy for Chris to expose the video if he did it. If he did it. However, I could understand him being upset. She said he was pretty upset. To make things worse, guys, she claims that Chris even told the kids about the video. And she claims that Chris told the kids that she was having an affair and cheating on him. Now, that's pretty messy to tell the children. However, I do understand him being upset. And I don't think it was right to tell the kids. I don't think it was right for Monique to be, messing with someone else while she was still married. I don't think that's cool. And honestly, I wonder what happened to that guy. I wonder if he's back with his wife or was still with his wife. I wonder if she found out about Monique. But anywho, guys, the tea gets way worse with Chris. Y'all, it gets so much worse. This girl is claiming that Chris, his big self, was putting his paws on her. Okay? Now, Chris, she's claiming that there was a time where things got physical between her and Chris, and he wrapped his hands around her neck and lifted her. Chris is a humongous dude. Monique is the size of a size 2 model. I find that horrifying if he did do that. I don't know if he did that for sure. This is all alleged. This is coming out of Monique's mouth. However, if he did that, can you imagine how scary that must have been? Now, do we know if that happened? I don't think there's any way to confirm that happened. But if Chris is a stand-up dude, he is going to debunk those rumors, because that's not just an easy thing to let out, okay? I don't like the way this is going, guys. I don't like this at all. I know this is horrible for their co-parenting dynamic. Like I said, I think things are going to get much, much worse, because if I was Chris, I wouldn't let someone claim those horrible allegations on me. And I also feel like with Monique, if Chris was violent towards you, then why even allow him to, co-parent with you? I mean, he would have to meet me like at a police station. We would have like monitored visitation with the children, because I wouldn't trust someone who was so violent with me. But you guys listen for yourself. Listen to Monique claim that Chris was putting the paws on her.
Did get physical that you described on one occasion in the book that felt scary, but witnesses were there to actually see him basically lift you up by your throat.
And it's crazy because I think what had me the most was me rationalizing things afterward, and it's like, I did kind of egg it on.
So that was just a short sped up clip, guys, but you guys heard Monique and Angelique confirm that, it's still alleged because we haven't seen the footage or anything, but she's claiming that Chris was putting his hands on her. And I find that so sad, whether it's true or whether she made it up. This whole thing is very disturbing, because at one point they did seem like a beautiful family. And the fact that it has gotten down to this point is horrible. I feel so sorry for their children, because it's a lot of things going around between their mother allegedly being a cheater to their dad being an alleged beater. It's a lot going on here, guys. And I wanted to speak on very quickly what she said about Candace. They asked her what is her relationship with Candace, and Monique claims that there's no relationship. She said she apologized to Candace genuinely on the stage season 5, but people were like making it a big deal because she wasn't crying and they wanted her to cry and be more sad and stuff, but she just wasn't doing all that. And it is what it is. And I had to claim this. I'm sorry. I really want to like Monique. And I feel like I do like her for the most part, but I wish that she could be more accountable sometimes. My problem with Monique in that small little piece, that reunion, I do remember her attempting to apologize to Candace. However, she would deflect a lot. Instead of her just doing there's no buts, there's no other stuff, or, still trying to argue with Candace and other people after you knew you were wrong, just stop defending the behavior. Stop being sarcastic. Stop going back and forth. If you're genuinely sorry for assaulting someone that you know didn't deserve to be assaulted, there's no if, and, but, well, ha. No, just stop. Just no. That wasn't a genuine apology because you were still angry at her. She was so angry just this season. She said she was so mad at everyone. She blocked all of them. So you weren't genuinely sorry, okay? And that's fine, but just own it. Just own it. The growth is real if you could say, yeah, back then there was a lot going on. I wasn't in the right place. But today I am genuinely sorry and I understand what happened. Because whether we all admit it or not, Candace is still messed up from that fight. Candace is messed up from that fight. I think that she is very hurt emotionally because she thought that her and Monique were genuine friends. Other than that, I do normally like Monique. I just hope that she, her and Chris cannot go through all of this. I do see some of the things that she says about Chris. Him hanging out with Cookie. Y'all remember Cookie, the big lady on the Potomac show? That one that doesn't like Monique. I think it is weird to hang out with women who dislike your child's mother. He also hangs out with Charisse, and he's just friends with people who don't really care for Monique. I don't know if that's a coincidence. I don't know if it's Monique's fault for losing all of these friends. I mean, almost everyone who Monique was friends with on the show that came on as a friend of or just visiting her, she is not friends with none of those people anymore. And they all know her personal business. And they all are saying the same thing, that she was a cheater on Chris. I don't know what to believe, guys. This is scary to me. I don't know what to believe. And unfortunately for Chris, he no longer has a platform to express what is going on. Now, the Chris that I remember when Monique got into that physical altercation with Candace, he shut it down. He told Monique that was inappropriate. He told Monique that it's unacceptable, that her and Candace are grown women and they should not be fighting. He did not co-sign Monique on that behavior, okay? Now, the Chris I saw, that most of us saw, was trying his best with his marriage and he loved her. I remember when people were claiming that she was cheating on him during Potomac, when she was on Potomac all them years ago. And he stood by her and defended her. And I don't know, I guess Monique just really wasn't happy. She even said in this interview also, guys, that, things like planning trips, she would do all the work planning the trip and he would just pay for it. And I hope this doesn't sound crazy, but I'm not gonna lie, I feel like that's most men, to be honest. I think men aren't really the planners. I think that women are usually the planners. And you're blessed to have a guy who is very financially stable, because most women who are working average jobs and have husbands that are working average jobs, they have to go 50-50 on trips. But, you're very blessed to have a wealthy husband, and all you had to do was plan the trip. You don't have to work. I mean, isn't that kind of good? You guys get to enjoy the vacation. And on top of that, you're planning it the way you want it to go. I don't know, but apparently that was a complaint of Monique's. I have a hard time understanding some of this. I'm not gonna lie. I have to be honest. This is my channel. If you guys don't know, I'm a mother. I have 2 small children. I'm married. I have a lot going on, guys, but I don't have as much resources as Monique has or had. I don't have a nanny. I don't have no one helping me cook and clean. So I don't know why she felt so exhausted and overwhelmed when she had all of that. And, I don't get it. I don't know. But you guys let me know what y'all think. Do you guys think Monique is just talking out of her neck? Do you guys believe these allegations that, Chris is over here a beater? Do you guys believe that? Let me know how y'all feel about it in the comments. This is going to be bad. I'm telling y'all right now. This co-parenting is going down the drain. But get in the comments. Let me know what you guys think about it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And stay tuned for the next video, guys. Y'all take care and be safe. Peace.